Hey guys, Smithy here. Since Sork is out already for some weeks, I can finally make my verdict about her spot in the top list. Also, since I had more time to recheck all the classes once again and make ultimate skill build guides for almost every class, this ranking will be slightly different from the last one I did. I will rank classes by far most important types of content in that game, that overall globalize all the activities. PvP, which is Arena and Ramones. Mass PvP, which is Guild Wars, Node Wars and Siege Wars. Easy PvE, which is mostly AFK farming, Field of Valor and Castle Dungeons. And at last Hard PvE, which is solo target PvE, like World Bosses, Ancient Ruins and Boss Rush. Unlike in last video, I will rank classes in percentage score, where 100% means the best in that category, and then compare others to that score. So without further ado, let's begin with Warrior, the class I disrespect the most. But that's the reality, guys. It's just bad, deal with it. In 1 vs 1 PvP, showing the worst result in my opinion, even worse than Giant. For the cons, melee, low damage, horrible combo and very hard to play, only 70%. Only if you have godlike skill, you will be able to win many times. But a good warrior will never win a good player on another class, that's for sure. Same goes for mass PvP. The only warrior utility is the ability to control one target for 5 seconds, with 3 subsequent grabs. Even though having 4 skills with frontal guard, these are totally useless in massive fights. Regarding PvE, once again showing the worst result of kills per minute, around 60. And the absence of heal makes him even worse compared to others. Same goes for last category, most of warrior skills are useless in boss fights and have horrible DPS. All that said gives warrior a score of 74.5%, very low score compared to others. So once again, don't play warrior, you will find only pain and suffering. I feel sorry for warrior users, but you knew that from the beginning. Another class for masochists on 5th spot is Giant, though from last top he recovered some points, and it is a good class already to be played. And for those who are waiting for Awakening, Giant will be a good surprise, as it will truly awake in that form. A bug will transform into gorgeous butterfly. PvP wise, Giant still suffers, not as much as Warrior. For the cons, no heal ability, melee and easy kiteable. For the pros, many immunities, great combo, decent damage and at last, scary. All those makes him good in PvP, but not the best for sure. In mass PvP is where Giant shines. Great super armor, massive AoE ultimate with CC, long grab and interesting Black Spirit ultimate. Gives him 90% of the top. PvE wise he is slightly better than Warrior, 61 kills per minute, and again, no heal. For DPS, Giant is great, spin to win ability does a lot of damage and quite spammable if paired with mana restore skill like buff and ultimate. Overall 84.75% score, way better than Warrior and very close to our next candidate, Sorcerer. Yes, I know, only number 4, but guys, he is only 1% away from number 3, so it is not much of a problem. PvP wise, a great class, super fun, with huge potential and high damage output. But there are some problems. Even though being mobile, she has many issues with skill cooldown, and absence of decent combo makes her hard to play. Also the fact for being half melee forces her to get into risk to do more damage. Anyway, a great score of 90% shows the fact of being a good dueler. For mass PvP, once again, showing a great result of 90%. Mobility and great damage output, with some ranged abilities makes her very flexible and dynamic for open field PvP. PvE farming is where Sorcerer really shines, by reaching an amazing score of 68 kills per minute, makes her top farmer class. Even though not having heal, still she does very well in PvE. What can be said about boss PvE, where Sorcerer most of times is left without cooldowns once again, and the lack of spammable abilities leaves her on average spot. Overall Sorcerer is amazing class, flashy and enjoyable to play, with her own pros and cons. Still, a solid 90% score is more than enough to enjoy it. In our top 3, on the third spot I will put Valkyrie. Even though being OP in almost any situation, still not enough for higher spots. PvP wise, best of the best, in good hands does miracles. Has a heal, a lot of immunities, great damage, amazing and easy combo, ranged CC, overall the best dueler. The only cons is the fact that she is melee, but the pros just goes over that. For mass PvP, Valk is good, stands close to Giant, though have slightly less impact. Forward guards don't work in mass PvP, still superb for open fields. In PvE, Valk shows amazing results, same as Ranger with 65 kills per minute and slightly lower than Sorc, plus the ability to heal gives her extra 2% in the PvE rank. For boss PvE and one target DPS, same as other melees, average performance. Overall, Valkyrie is very balanced and all-rounded class, with very similar score to Sorc, 90.5%. Reaching the top 2, this time I decided to put Ranger, showing the best performance in PvP just like Valkyrie, even though having only one immunity skill is more than enough to beat any class. And the fact for being ranged makes Ranger playstyle very safe and simple. Just learn to dodge, and your ranged skills will do it all for you. Now, in mass PvP, Rangers actually have hard time, leaving her with no chance against 2 or more focusing enemies. Ranger is full ranged class and very dependent on position, so I give it only 80% of performance. In PvE, just like Valkyrie, showing amazing performance of 65 kills per minute, and the ability to heal up makes her a great farming machine. Same goes for bosses. There is no better class than Ranger to kill bosses. Superb DPS, ranged and fast attacks. If you really like hardcore PvE, like in Dark Souls, there is no better class than Ranger to farm high boss difficulties. Overall Ranger score 94.25%. With some more immunities she could make it to almost 100, but not in pre-awakening. And we finally reached our top 1 and the best class in my opinion. You were asking me many times why you play Witch, and after playing that amazing class for 2 months, I really managed to feel that supreme balance and power in all categories. Starting with PvP, you saw many times my matches with Witch, and I feel very confident with her. Almost no weaknesses, amazing heal, great immunities, decent combo, amazing damage, good outplay capability. Even though weak against good Rangers, still amazing. For mass PvP, Witch is godlike. Meteor is so ridiculous for such fights. Having immunity, supreme range and astonishing damage, it can decide a tide of battle if thrown into weaker enemies in backline. Not only that, massive AoE immunities and blinks make Witch the best mass PvP class for now. Farm PvE is the only category where Witch doesn't shine that much, only 63 kills per minute. Still, having a heal ability and amazing AoE skill makes her feel very well in any type of spot. And at last, in boss PvE or DPS, Witch is among the best. Arcane Bolts an amazing one-target DPS skill to quickly burn boss's health. Immunity skill, blinks and overall good kit leaves her with 90% of performance in that category. All around Witch wins the top spot in my list with 94.75%, just 0.5% more than Ranger. Still enough for me to continue playing it up until Awakening, or at least a new class release. And that was it for that average length video. I tried to explain my ranking for every class and not make it too boring for you. Hope you enjoyed it. If so, leave a like, share and subscribe. That was Smithy. Have a nice day.